Tom and Andrew doing the news. Andrew, I repeat what I said privately. I apologise for questioning your fortitude as a person. Turned out it was that naughty Pachiti leading us all down a primrose path of lies. So I humbly apologise to you for assuming that you were a horrible human being.
Tom, it's absolutely... I mean, you know... We had the video evidence. It clearly, when you see a bald man with glasses and a beard, you expect, I mean, what else? I just fit that bill.
Either you or Duncan Goodhue, the swimmer.
Yeah.
And chances are it was more likely to be you in that facility. So, you know, and Duncan's a nightmare. That's the story for the time. Hey, let's get together, socially distanced, have a lovely few beers and watch Adam suffer this weekend, shall we, on Hell in a Cell.
Tom, I could not think of anything better than that. I am 100% all in.
I can think of one thing better. Wrestling news. Wah, wah, wah. Big plans are afoot for the WWE Draft. We'll talk about it in a second. Plus, a Raw star has responded to booking criticism. And an AEW star wants a dream match ASAP. Find out who in a bit. Looking ahead post-SummerSlam, WWE are going to be shaking things up again with the annual draft. And Andrew Zarian of Mat Men has given us a few details on this, saying the draft is going to be taking place last week in August / first week in September. He says, I'm seeing a few reports that WWE doesn't have set plans for after the draft. I can tell you that report isn't totally accurate. WWE has plans for some who will be switching brands following SummerSlam. With that said, I've heard the goal is to give this year's draft a bigger feel than the previous for all the reasons you imagine. You have a unique opportunity to hit the reset button on a lot of talent. At the last draft that we had, was that the one, Andrew, where we had the executives in the boardrooms that we cut to going, yes, we got Natalya.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think it is. I think that is the one. Wow. God,
Does it get bigger than that? Does it get bigger than that, though?
What, than Natalya?
Yeah, the Fox execs going, yes!
Yeah, come on. I don't know. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of people, as it says in here, so that I guess, do you feel like they could and should have the reset button set on them, give them more of a platform? Obviously, people like Ricochet and maybe even Humberto Carrillo as well, give them chances to finally shine. We'll see what happens, but I mean, it's exciting to hear that they've got big things planned. And because I just think the product needs a good old shake-up, as we were saying before.
More so than ever. I think that because we've had this spate of big releases, the divisions on Raw and SmackDown seem very lopsided. Like there needs to be some new energy on both. Like I believe that on SmackDown there is a tiny amount of active female competitors compared to Raw, and also the issue. I think we talked about this in a news video the other week. It's just there seems to be a lot of championships, but nobody really in that ballpark to compete for them. And the name that has come up a few times when it comes to this draft is Big E, who is somebody that could really do with a move from SmackDown to Raw, because Big E has been doing some great things on SmackDown, but there's very much a ceiling because Roman Reigns is top of that tree for a good long time. I love the idea of Big E going over to Raw after Bobby Lashley's destroyed Xavier Woods, after Bobby Lashley's destroyed Kofi Kingston, have Big E, big boy Big E, sizing up Bob. Give me Big and Bob, and then put the belt on Big.
I can't think of anything better than that. I'd love that. As for the women's sort of side of stuff, I would like to... well, I know we always say this, but when an NXT person goes up to the main roster, sometimes it's not the best. However, Io Shirai could be a good shout to finally be called up to the main roster, especially for Bianca Belair or even Rhea Ripley, they both had some history there with Io Shirai, so that would be quite nice to see too.
Would love to see that happening. When it comes to those NXT stars that have made the move up to Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown. One of them in the news today. We're talking Shayna Baszler, who was an unstoppable monster on NXT, breaking arms like they were going out of fashion. And she's currently running away from a doll called Lily on Monday Night Raw. This has led to a lot of criticism and salty comments from dickheads like me. Shayna Baszler spoke to Sports Illustrated about the storyline and defended it, didn't she, Andrew?
Yeah, she did. She said, I need to show that I can be counted on to nail whatever it is I'm being asked to do. It's easy to be a badass tyrant like I was in NXT. I can totally fit that role. After establishing myself as that, it's important to show I can cover a wide range of what professional wrestling is today. She goes on to say, it's like music. Some people like country, some people like heavy metal. Not everything is for everyone, so I understand why some people roll their eyes when I do comedy, but I am established as what I am. All it takes is one sentence from a promo delivered properly. I am a legitimate badass. That's always there for me. I'm glad I can be on Raw and show a wider range, which, you know what, fair play to her. If she's enjoying expanding her range, that's fair enough. It kind of reminds me of, you know, when an actor gets typecast in a certain role and they sort of grow frustrated with that, even though we just know them for that and we think they're the best at that. It's quite nice to see that someone is enjoying expanding the range. Granted, I guess for us, because we've only ever seen her in the sort of the dominant way, it feels weird to us to see this sort of switch. But I mean, fair play to her. Creatively, if she's fulfilled in doing that, then that's fair enough, I think.
If they're having a good... It seems like, you know, for all that we whinge about the story, Shayna Baszler and Alexa Bliss are having a lovely time doing it. You know, what more can you say? Well, we'll always have opinions forever. We're getting back on the road with WWE and AEW, and there's a dream match for an AEW star that is being pitched, and we'll get to that very, very shortly. But when it comes to WWE hitting the road, two big announcements from them over the last 24 hours. First, Clash of Champions locked in for the Nationwide Arena in Columbus, Ohio. Round on the end, high in the middle. Here's a riddle. What's round on the end and high in the middle? Ohio. Thank you. Previous shows from the Nationwide Arena include King of the Ring 02. Who won King of the Ring in 2002, Andrew?
Bork Laser.
Bad Blood 2004 saw Shawn Michaels and Triple H compete in a what?
A Hell in a Cell match.
A heck in a sec. Money in the Bank 2015. Who challenged Seth Rollins for the WWE title in a ladder match?
Oh, that might have been big old Ambrosia Custard, Dean Ambrose.
Ambrosia Custard. He is tasty. And in Fastlane 2018, AJ Styles won a six-pack challenge. No one remembers that. Just thought I'd fill in that for you, just to say embarrassing yourself. I had to look that up. So that's Clash of Champions. Looking ahead, also in September, PW Insider reporting Friday, September the 10th, SmackDown emanates from Madison Square Garden, the spiritual home of WWE. First time back in the Garden since December 2019. Not my words, the words of a naughty dog. MSG has a special vibe to it, doesn't it?
Oh, it does. And I mean, I feel like they've got to go all out for this one, right? I mean, what we're going to see? We're going to see potential title changes maybe on SmackDown. Who knows? I think they've got to go just all out. And for them to finally be back in Madison Square Garden after all the pandemic stuff, it's going to feel special, Tom. I'm excited for it.
I think there's an opportunity to right a wrong from Madison Square Garden in 1993. I think we have Bob Backlund beat Roman Reigns in 3 seconds.
With his chicken wing, come on, pal, get it in.
Immediate tap out from the big dog. Bob Backlund is now head of the table.
Yes.
Book it, you cowards. Talking of dream matches, we end on this. Big Show, now a boy on the AEW commentation station, was chatting to Miami Herald about a dream match that he wanted. No surprises for guessing it, but Andrew is going to tell you all about it.
Oh, well, obviously that potential dream match he would like to have is with Big Shaquille O'Neal. He says, I hope so at some point. Words, come on, it's early morning. I hope so at some point.
To have that match, he hopes so, I think.
Yes, that's what he's hoping for.
Whoever wrote this, probably a naughty dog. copy and pasted it without a key bit of the words missing.
Don't worry, I'm bad at reading, Tom. It's been
I'm bad at writing, apparently.
No, you're not at all. Right. I'll get to it. Let me get to it. He says, I hope so at some point in having this dream match. It's been the biggest tease ever between Shaq versus me for how many years? At some point, you either never do it because you can't live up to the tease, or we need to hurry up and do it because it gets to be yesterday's news. And Tom, we have seen this thing multiple times. Shaquille O'Neal hosted a Raw. He had a confrontation with Big Show there. WrestleMania 32, Shaq entered the Andre the Giant Battle Royal Memorial. And at WrestleMania 33, the match was supposed to go through, and then it never went through. So it's been a long time coming. Long-term booking, Tom.
It's got to happen. Tony Khan, get your checkbook out. Come on. Book this on an AEW show, opening match, get it done. We can all move on with our lives. Now that box is ticked, that'll be smashing. More news later on today. News throughout the day at cultaholic.com, except no imitations. Isn't that right, Larry the Shark? Yes, don't accept any imitations. Have a great day. Stay safe. Love you. Bye.